If I sit, can you still see me? Tommy, can you see me? What if I just lie down on the floor? Like this. Can you still see me now? Yeah. Can you see me now? Yeah. Can you get back up? I can't get up. Hold on, okay, we'll stand. I don't want to rip those people off. Thank you. They paid huge bucks for those seats. Okay, what can I tell you about this tune? That I haven't said 10,000 times telling the story. This is a song that's a musician wrote song. You know, when you get signed to a record deal, of course, I'm not even sure that happens anymore. I guess all bands are sort of indie bands now, but when you got signed, you know, you'd waited your whole life for that, and you put out that album, and the sad truth of it was that these records that you see here, they represent 10% of the people that made the first record of their lives, because 9 out of 10 people never got a chance to make a second one. They'd get dropped by the labels. So, but if you were lucky enough to make it through, the contract, and back in the day, would call for another album within 12 months. But you were out there touring. And so, oh my God, we gotta make another album. Oh gee, we gotta get in the studio. Okay, we gotta write some stuff. You know, so a lot of second albums are hastily written and, you know, done practically off the studio floor. So then, you know, if you're lucky enough now that you're out there touring again and things are going great, you know, another 12 months, you hold another one. And so, consequently, third albums are always full of musicians' road songs because they're in the back of a bus or they're in a hotel room or that's where they are. And so I wasn't much different. You know, by the time we were getting into the third album, you know, I was out there and, you know, I wasn't your sort of typical rock star, you know, partying and doing lines of blow off hookers' bellies, you know. Bullshit! Well, there's evidence right there of how the myth dies hard. Like, you know, Sammy Hagar, on the other hand, Dave bought his autobiography today, and, you know, I would be the kind of guy, I was like Randy Rhoads, I would take my guitar and go back to the hotel, and I'd be working on, like, guitar pieces and stuff. Phone my wife, yeah, you know, good night, love you too, okay. And I'd work on guitar stuff. So at the time, I was working on stuff out of a Joe Pass study book. It was like jazz chord progressions. And I came up with this kind of thing, and I went, ooh, if I just stuck another chord in here and added 2 bars and did this 2-5 at this place, and oh, if I started writing some lyrics, and I think I got an idea for a hook, and I had this tune. And so I brought it to the guys in Triumph, you know, at pre-production rehearsals, and they went, what, did you drop acid or something? We play in an arena rock band. That's a tiny little jazz song. I said, I know, but it's what I've got. And they said, well, it's a great song. So we'll put it on the album, but it'll be right at the end, like a P.S. Like, you know, Her Majesty on Abbey Road. It'll be like, we'll leave a nice big long gap, and then you'll have this little jazz tune in. And, you know, I mean, I'm grateful to Mike and Gil for giving me that latitude and for allowing me to be that kind of a musician as opposed to, we have to write hit singles and we have to be at the top of the charts. It was like, you have another classical guitar piece, Rick? Okay, great. But they, you know, they indulged that, and I think it's allowed, you know, I mean, I probably wouldn't be here right now in the Record Collector in Bordentown, New Jersey, for that incredible foresight. So usually every night I dedicate this one to Mike and to Gil and to Joe Pass, and this is called Suitcase Blues. Yeah, baby. In my night, bro. Would you like that? Because I'm not going to use it anymore. making payments of the dues that must be paid. I cash another song into this endless masquerade. Halfway through the circuit and headed for the coast. Been gone so long I can't remember what I miss the most. I've been me and Johnny Walker and the comfort that he brings, waiting on the telephone that never ever rings, on the road of fortune. And I got the suitcase blue